Mm-hmm.
But like your everyday shit, Apple, bro. You can't beat it. Like, bro, get you the Apple. You got the Apple Watch already?
No, I don't.
Get you the Apple Watch. Get you the Apple Watch and the AirPods. Those are the two best Apple products.
I'm gonna get the AirPods because I mean, I just at this point, you just got to.
And then let me know when you go. I get 25% off, bro.
Oh no, I'm going to you quick. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up about the capsule thing too.
Capsule.
The CBD.
Oh yeah.
You still doing that?
I got 2 of them left.
Okay.
Finally.
I'll get my hands on.
All right, we're live.
I bet.
Cool. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me as usual to my right, the guy I'm pointing at, that's FIFO 24/7. The guy next to me, that's BZ430.
What up, though?
And the guy next to him is Nikki Duce.
AKA Mr. Knickerbocker. You know what I'm saying? I gotta represent for the Knicks. We out
So
here.
the Knicks is your squad in
Yeah.
the NBA as far as basketball? Okay.
Yeah, Cincinnati. They long time ago it was, but obviously they with the Sacramento Kings now. So
Oh yeah, they was. It was
Oscar
Cincinnati
Robinson,
before.
yep.
Yeah, before. Yeah, that's all right.
All right, so as we alluded to earlier this week, this is our NBA preview show that we're bringing to you guys live from Dead in Studios. So we're not going to waste any time. We know football is going on, so hopefully you guys are watching us in Red Zone at the same time. But if not, if you're just watching us, we appreciate it. So we're just going to jump right into it, man. NBA, man, is here. So I don't know where you want to start.
well, I was gonna do it like how we did last year, as far as like go through each team.
Go through each division,
yeah,
whatever.
Every team, yeah. I was gonna start with the East, with the Atlantic Division, Boston Celtics. My question for y'all, and we can continue to talk about Boston in general, but what are y'all expectations for this team?
Boston in general.
Yeah.
Like as far as like their ceiling, like the seed that they're going to be placed.
Where do
in,
you
anything like
think
that?
they will end up at the end of the season? Or like
They got to be top 4
top 4?
because they have a top 4 roster in the East.
Are they a championship contender?
It depends on how everything plays out.
What is the X factors for them? Kemba?
Yeah, how Kemba meshes, right? Like, is he a better version of Kyrie for that team?
And also, are we going to see Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum take that step back forward? Because it seemed like they took a step back when Kyrie came back. Yeah.
And I think me and Nick, we were talking earlier. I think Jaylen Brown is going to be very interesting. I don't know. I think he's going to be the odd man out.
You think so?
Because I don't see how you pay him max money if you're the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know, you got Jason Tatum coming up. You're already paying Kemba. Obviously, you're already paying Gordon Hayward. Can you afford 4 max contracts?
Right.
I don't think so. So I think Jaylen Brown is the odd man out. How it happens, I don't know. I don't know if he gets traded by the trade deadline. Obviously, they might do a signing trade. I don't know what the stipulation is. But when I just look at the money, because we were talking about it, right? You said, well, why not get rid of Gordon Hayward? Who wants Gordon Hayward on the other end of that?
He's not but you were talking about, were you talking about the player or the contract?
Both.
Because I think the contract isn't that bad, especially nowadays with
the contract isn't horrible. However, still the 2 remaining years, and then he hasn't had his Paul George bounce back yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was playing at the level that he was playing at in Utah when he signed, then of course.
But is it possible that we can say maybe Kyrie? Like, now Kyrie's removed.
No. It was the injury. But we still need to see it because we don't know. Again, does the talent match the contract value right now with Gordon Hayward? And the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's the reason why I'm saying, I would rather have Jaylen Brown than Gordon Hayward. But those other 2019s, I don't know who's really willing to take on that right now.
And then they also missing, I think, this person was a key value for this team, even on the court and in the locker room, is Al Horford. So
100.
That's
gonna be that's a loss.
Yeah.
That's
He
gonna
was
be
the Joe guy.
And not only did they lose them, they lost them to Philly.
Yeah.
So it's
The
just
rival.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. So there is one super bright spot that I know is going to come in and just light it up. And I really, 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 really like him. Carson Edwards. This dude is going to be the next.
the PG, right?
Yeah, the PG that
He
can
can
catch
shoot.
the fuego
Yeah,
like
he can
this.
shoot, right?
He hit 8 threes.
Was it against the? I think
was it the Cavs? Or
The
it was probably the
It
Cavs.
was
Yeah,
the
it
Cavs.
was the Cavs. It was the Cavs.
8 3-pointers. Man, this guy, you're talking about
instant energy, instant buckets. He could shoot from anywhere, can create his own shot. I think he's going to be a big X factor for them.
I think he can be like they broke man's Lou Williams.
Yep, 100%. I think that's what his career trajectory is going to be. Is he going to be good enough to start? Possibly, but he's going to be most deadly coming off that bench, getting you 20. You know what I'm saying? So I really like that addition for him. I do like Taco Fall. I don't know if he's going to make the final roster, but every time
he's going to be on the development league. He's going to be in the G League, I think. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Like, at the NBA level, even though he has some of the same issues as your guy, who's your guy?
Oh, you talking about Mitchell Robinson?
Mitchell Robinson, where he fouls a lot, right? Like,
yeah,
his awareness isn't all the way there yet. But when he plays, he's an immediate impact. He gets rebounds, he gets blocks. You know what I'm saying? He changes the game. So I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the season that he's actually on the roster. They call him up. Because in spurts, in the playoffs, against the Joel Embiids of the world and, you know what I'm saying, some of the other big guys that you may have to face, I think he could be valuable.
I think there'll be a top 5 team in the East. But my pressure is more on Brad Stevens.
Like I really like after last season, I'm really looking at him like, was that Kyrie or is that more you? Because right now, when you have talent, you haven't really shown that you can utilize it to the best of their abilities and move the team forward.
Yeah, because he had a healthy Kyrie
For the most part, and
Al Horford.
Everybody that you needed, that anybody would say like this is
because
a
finals roster. Last year. They was going off of saying a lot of people was projecting Boston versus Golden State.
Exactly.
Like that's what they were saying going into last season.
And then they get knocked out second round.
Yeah.
So
now that you got Kyrie out and everybody blamed it on him and his bad leadership, we'll see.
And then they hyped up Kemba coming in saying like, oh, this guy's the best person for his pick and roll and all that stuff. So we'll see. But I don't think they'll be a championship contender.
I think they can be. I think, like, I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not saying that that's what they are today, but we've seen teams mold
into that, right? Because they still have an elite head coach, right? Like, I'm not saying he's the greatest, but he's definitely way above the fray.
You say you top 5?
Yeah. Okay. Easy. You got a top 5 head coach. You still have a top 7, top 10 roster, right? In terms of the youth and the ability, the guys that they just added.
But he is Cantor.
Enes Kanter. Yeah. So
Jason Tatum has to take that step forward, like B alluded to earlier. Jaylen Brown, these guys can't just get back to where they were 2 years ago. They got to surpass that. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's not all on Brad Stevens. That's a lot on them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said Kemba is going to be very important to that, because I think that the type of player Kemba is will allow those guys to be more of who they are. Because even though he's a ball-dominant point guard, I don't think he is personality-dominant. And I think that bodes well for the Celtics. So can they be a championship contender by the end of the year? I think so. And then, like I said, with the signing trade situation for Jaylen Brown, what if they're able to get back, multiple pieces? You know what I'm saying? And Jason Tatum is playing at that 20, 25 point a game level. So we don't know. There's a lot of ifs. But we know, at least I know, the foundation of what the Celtics are is great. And I'll put it to you like this. Brad Stevens ain't going to be on the hot seat till Danny Ainge is on the hot seat. That's his meal ticket.
What was the original question again?
Well, I was just asking, what are your expectations for this team?
For Boston.
Playoff team.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, is that saying much?
I mean,
but like where, like top 3, top 4, top 5?
4 seed, second round.
Because they can't be lower than top 5. That's a disappointing season.
If they're a 6 or 7
seed. 6, 7
seed, that's disappointing. Then we got to look at Brad.
So Philly,
Indy,
Milwaukee,
Indy.
Old boy's hurt Oladipo, so that's gonna.
But he'll be back though.
Yeah, but not right away.
But they got Brogdon.
You still got Toronto.
Yeah,
we gonna get to them, but you looked at their precinct too. They was
Brooklyn.
Top 4.
Brooklyn got the Nets.
Yep. Brooklyn is gonna be top 4.
Pistons.
Bottom 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing teams out there.
Yeah.
Miami, we gonna get to them.
I guess they should be a top 4 team. I mean, as critical as I've been on this show with about Brad Stevens, I think he has a knack for taking teams without egos to the playoffs, and And Kemba fits that mold in terms of his personality.
He does.
To come out of Charlotte where they've lost, like, historically since he's been there. They had a couple of playoff seasons, but traditionally they haven't been really, really good. It's been on the back of his shoulders. So I think going to a system and a coach like Brad Stevens, you know, and removing the ego, the championship ego of Kyrie Irving should serve them better than it did last year.
100.
We was talking about Brooklyn. For the Brooklyn Nets, I have a question as far as can Kyrie make this a playoff team?
100%.
Is that a guarantee?
Yeah.
No.
That's why.
Whoa. Okay, so
there's no KD for the rest of the year.
Hold on. Is the question, does Kyrie by himself make this team
a playoff team? Yes, because he's the only star on this team.
I agree, but you know they just re-up Karis LeVert.
Okay.
Is he obviously
a star?
they got Joe Harris.
Is he a star?
I think he's a star in the he's up and coming.
He could be a solid player, which is what I think you're defining as like they have a good roster as far as
they do. They're super deep
talent.
Taurean Prince. Chris. LeVert.
Karis LeVert.
They got DeAndre Jordan,
Joe Harris,
Spencer
Dinwiddie, and he's coming back. And he had a breakout season last year.
Wilson Chandler, Jared Allen.
That's a big. Wilson Chandler's a big pickup for them. You know what I'm saying? Like
DeAndre Jordan. I forgot they got DeAndre
Jordan. They're really versatile. You look at that roster. There's multiple guys that can play 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Mm-hmm. So I like what they have, and I think that, you know, essentially you're swapping D'Angelo Russell for Kyrie Irving. Mm-hmm. That right there gets you to the playoffs. That's the difference. So to answer your question directly, yes, Kyrie makes them a playoff team.
But I think the thing with D'Angelo Russell is that he never was overly concerned about being the guy. Like he didn't step up into the fourth quarter for the most part. Mm-hmm. He let the offense and the coaching do the job for the first three. And then when they needed him, he turned it on. Can Kyrie do that part of it? Or will he feel like he needs to take it on by himself?
But that's the reason why Kyrie, and you swap Kyrie for D'Angelo and makes him a playoff team. Because Kyrie.
They were a playoff team last year, so they just.
They did. They did make the playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah.
What were they, like 7th?
They were.
Sixth?
They were.
They lost in the first round.
Yeah,
they were
they lost to Philly.
They was 5th.
They were like they were like the 6th or 7th seed. They was right above the Pistons. They was an 8.
Yeah, they had to be 7 because Philly was 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, fine, they were a playoff team without Kyrie. They should be a top 5 team.
I'm
with
just saying
Kyrie.
with the way that Kyrie plays, and at this point in time, he's not changing. Right? There's nothing about him. Cause
he is what he is.
We thought in Boston that we were going to see a change, and we didn't. So now going into this, it seems like he's just moving on to like wherever team will accept me for me. I'm not going to change for nobody.
100%.
And those results in Boston, that was a stacked team. This team isn't as stacked as Boston.
So he's going to be able to do whatever he want to do.
He can, but is that beneficial to the team?
Yes, because here's the thing. Where Brooklyn is in terms of the rest of their players and their development, they're further along than where Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are. Those guys are still scratching the surface of who they are and what they're going to be in the league. They're still establishing themselves. Where Karis LeVert, right, he's still establishing himself, but he just got his money. Right, he knows what he is and how he needs to improve. We look at Spencer Dinwiddie. You know what I'm saying? We look at Joe Harris. I think that these guys more so know what their roles are versus trying to figure that out. Right, and especially we got to look at the Boston situation where these guys went further without Kyrie than with Kyrie. So that resentment in the locker room was real. Look at who's the point guard that's in Charlotte now? I can't think of his name. Terry Rozier. Yeah. Come on, man. This man, as soon as the season was done, he was on TV talking about, oh, yeah, you know, we had to do this and we had to do that. And I didn't like this, that, and the third. So we know that locker room situation was 100% for real.
Yeah.
This is a fresh start for everybody, and everybody knows, okay, this is Kyrie and KD's team. Everybody knows that. And these guys are further along in their career to accept that. So I think that plays a major role in how Kyrie is going to be, how he feels mentally and how he performs for the Brooklyn Nets.
Man, I wish KD was 100%.
I wish he was too, yeah.
Man, that would be so much fun watching them two go
Mm-hmm.
in Brooklyn, man. They going to bring some life to that team.
100. You're talking about probably the 2 best one-on-one players in the NBA right now.
Kevin Durant is a walking bucket.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man.
does he try to make a comeback this season, or should he just not? Come
No.
back
He
because they've been talking about it.
He needs to.
He needs to chill. Yeah, just sit this year out.
Because what's the point? What's the point of coming back now?
Right.
He loved basketball,
but your risk of re-injury is so high.
Yes.
It's not worth it.
Just sit back.
Exactly.
Sit back. Know what the team. Just realize how good the team is going to be once you come back.
100.
Just sit. What's that? The backup QB or whatever. Just stand and just watch the clip. Stand behind the clipboard. Just chill out and watch and watch it all play out.
Yeah, man. Because here's the thing. KD's value is long term. It's not this year. This year, even if he was healthy, right, they would be a championship contender, but they wouldn't be the favorite. It's gonna take them at least 2 to 3 years.
Really? So
I think so.
So you're just talking about becoming out of the injury and trying to gel with the team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why force it right now? Let Kyrie do what he does. Let's establish an identity, right? Because to be a championship contender, you got to play some type of defense. So let's establish your identity. Let's establish how we want to attack games. Let's get the hierarchy. Let's get all of this stuff, figured out. Because we already know when KD comes back, he's either mouth 1 or mouth 2 that you got to feed. Yep. And it is what it is. So let's establish all of that. There's no reason to bring him back right now because all he's going to do, because think about this. You bring him back after every single game. What's going to be the question? How do you feel, KD?
Right.
And then they're going to ask Kyrie. They're going to ask the coach. They're going to ask all his teammates. How did KD look out there? Does he look 100% to you? Why? Why put your entire team, your entire organization through all of that? Let that man chill. We know what KD is. It's not like KD's still trying to prove himself. The man got 2 chips now. He went toe-to-toe with Bron. In your mouth. Bomb. Splash. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason to bring this guy back, man. Let him chill. Let him chill. Let Kyrie and them boys figure out how they gonna move forward, and that's it. When he come back, he'll be good.
Yeah, just take the break off.
Take the break off. Just take the break off.
Argue with people on social media. That's what he does best right now.
Get your burner accounts ready.
Get your burner accounts ready.
Yep.
Real quick, before we move forward, I want to, as you guys see, at least for today, I don't have the laptop, so we got low mid, Kiwi, Nemo, and Jalen gonna help out with
Ramil.
The nigga with the 2 first names. Wait a minute. The nigga with the 2 first names. You got to earn your name around here. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna disrespect you. Ramil. They're kind of helping with the shot, so I can be a little bit more involved since we're trying to do multi things. So, but it won't be like this all the time, just for Sunday. So be a little bit patient because the way this whole thing's set up is the equipment takes some time to get used to, but they're smart brothers. They'll figure it out. And make sure you guys check out their podcast. It's on the Dead End Hip Hop feed. And after this show airs, tune in for a song that they got from here that they recorded at Bravo Studio. Oh, Bravo Ocean Studios in collaboration with us and Big Time. All right.
They song is my quote for the rest of the year. What Huey said is my quote for the rest of the year.
Huey Revolution.
You gotta listen to it to find out what quote that is. Shit.
Let's move on to the Knicks, best team in the East.
Get the hell out of here.
Well, my question is because I was thinking about this. So far for preseason game, I've been loving what I'm seeing as far as the development of the guys into their second year. But my question is if Fizdale doesn't get this team to 500, will he be on a hot seat?
No.
I'm already expecting them not to make the playoffs.
Well, I mean, not to make the playoffs is fine, but historically bad. Like, they've been historically bad for the last couple seasons.
You still gotta give him time. You still gotta give Fizdale time. He's definitely not going to hot seat if they win only 30-something games, 35.
I'm saying if they only win like 20.
Still not.
And it depends, right? Like, are they losing by last second shots?
Right.
Like, is it just inexperience?
Right.
Like,
it
context.
Context. It just depends. Like, if you see them, if they're going toe-to-toe with teams like Clippers or something like that, Philly, like if they losing by like 8 points, where he's like the full court, just kind of fell apart a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. That's they fine. Young, they learning, they gonna take their lumps. Yep. But I mean, if they just out there getting blown out by like 40, 50.
Yeah, that's a problem.
60 game, 80 72 games, 60 games, they're getting blown out by like 25 or more.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Players not playing for you at that point.
Yep.
Real quick, Nemo, hit that get back to the wide shot. Yeah, that one won't change. Hit the little line at the bottom. It's look like it's 2 arrows going this way. Yeah. That one won't change. The other one is for like closer to stuff.
Okay.
So that's always the safe shot in
Okay.
case anything goes wrong with that.
Okay.
Or the shot's off. Just
one.
just cut back to
Alright.
that. We're good.
Okay.
Last thing I want to add to space. Last thing I want to add to what you're saying, I think, or to what they're saying, it depends on the development of RJ Barrett.
Is he the most important development?
Well, he's the best player.
Yeah. So if they're playing well, then that'll be fine.
Let me ask you something.
I would say he's their best player.
Name their top 3 best players.
I would say Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle.
What about DSG?
I don't really
Or DSJ?
I don't really. I'm waiting to see.
I like him, man.
I like him, and I'm willing to give him time, but I'm still waiting.
Time for what?
Because he hasn't proved to be a starting point guard just yet.
Wow, the numbers say otherwise, but
His numbers look good, but
I think
have you
it's
seen the
just,
games?
I think it's just style of play, and he plays point guard. It's a little different.
No, he looks hesitant on his shot. He doesn't really trust his shot. I don't know if he really even trusts. I feel like he's still feeling himself in the game.
So name me the 3 best young players. Players that have been in the league 4 years or less.
I would say Mitchell Robinson, Lonzo Trier.
And Kevin Knox.
All
Talking
under-
about for the
for the
Knicks?
Knicks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right? Like the majority of that Knicks squad is compromised of these type of players, right?
Yes.
Players that are not in that 3 to 5 window yet.
Yeah.
Right? Alonzo Trier, second year. Mitchell Robinson, second year. Kevin Knox, second year. And then they just got RJ Barrett. Right? We're talking about that's already a quarter of their roster. Right? And that's the part of the development process that we're talking about.
That's their foundation.
So to me, with that being said, like those are the guys that we have to just see how they've gotten better. You know what I'm saying? And they're the reasons why they're not going to be a 500 team.
And they're the reasons why they could possibly be a 500 team, possibly a playoff team, possibly. I'm not putting it out there like they're gonna be.
But Kevin Knox, from what I've seen coming into this year, he's a little bit more consistent with his jumper.
He is.
More
aggressive.
He looks stronger. Because he was always wiry, and it's not like he packed on. It doesn't look like he got a lot bulkier, but you could just tell he's stronger. He knows how and where to attack more.
Exactly, yes.
Right? RJ Barrett is a little bit more advanced because I think he is today where Kevin Knox is today. Right, because RJ is a very strong-minded and willed individual. He's gonna get the shot he wants. He just doesn't have that consistency yet. That's gonna get him to that all-star level. But with all that being said, Fizdale is not on the hot seat.
I just feel
Like I've seen talks and rumors, not rumors as far as him trying to get fired or anything, but just like people are really watching him and like.
because he was known as the players'
He's a
coach.
second
Don't
year,
know why.
right?
Yeah, it's his second year.
Young roster,
Yes.
no star.
Star, because Julius Randle, I think he's gonna have a breakout year. We saw what he did last year with New Orleans, right?
He's the only player average. Well, one of 8 or few players to average 20 and 8 as far as points.
Very, very versatile, right? And then we know the style of play that the Knicks are going to play. They're going to play up and down. When you have a 4-man that can grab a rebound and push it and make good decisions with the basketball, you play at a faster pace automatically. So I think the Knicks are going to have a way better year. I just don't know
How much of a jump are they going to make? Like, how good is Julius Randle? I think that we have to judge the jump that they make not by the youngins, but more so by Julius. Because they pay him big money, didn't he?
Yeah, they
he
did.
went to the Big Apple
Yeah.
with big money.
Yeah.
So if they make a jump, it's on him.
That's the A-list signing, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they wanted? They didn't get KD. They
All right,
got
really-
okay, all right.
Talk about this. We already covered the Knicks.
Let's talk about Philly.
Winning the title.
Will they trade Ben Simmons by the
Wait,
deadline?
where is this
Christ,
coming from?
man.
Who wrote that?
Him. Kick this guy off the show, man. What
Man,
the hell is that?
Look, listen.
Trade
Trade Ben Simmons.
Trade Ben Simmons by the deadline. I'm saying this for this reason.
For who? For what?
For something.
What do you mean something?
Because
Right now, I'm not saying he needs to be traded, but
You're a hater.
the fact that the vibe viral video of him making a 3-point shot, that's a more of a diss than a compliment to me as far as his development, because he's been in the league for what 3-4 years now already.
Right.
Technically 3-4 years right now, and he's
Playing
just
for 3.
and he's just now learning how to shoot. Like,
What's wrong with that?
that's
Jay Kidd
I
do
think
the same thing.
I understand that, but he ain't Jay Kidd. So my thing is his development may be the thing that hinders
can
them
be
from
Jay
moving
Kidd,
forward.
though.
All right.
He
He got more tools than
He's
Jay
got-
Kidd.
He got the
Listen,
potential
He ain't
to be
Jay Kidd though.
This is
Now he's not.
Yeah.
But he got the potential to be. Jay
Potential
Kidd.
means you ain't done shit yet.
And Jay Kidd, boy, they called him Acing Kid because he had no Jay. Like, he literally did not have no Jay. You can literally play him back and dare him to shoot.
And Ben Simmons is playing like a
And
Sims
he
character.
didn't.
And Jason Kidd didn't get a jump shot really damn near to like his last 5 or 6 years of his
And he
career.
but he bounced around to another team before that, right?
Bounce around a few teams.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying about Ben Simmons.
Nah,
Maybe
but-
this is not the team
But
for
the
him.
fact that you talk about the shooting thing, that's not
No, but I'm saying
concern.
like, but that's a big concern because if he did have a jump shot, I think they would have got to the finals last
People
year.
were saying the same thing about Jason Kidd.
School
Look at
him,
him.
B.
The dude's Hall of Fame.
I get what you're saying, but you're saying what
What
I'm
do you
going
get in
to.
return? What do you get in return?
Hold on, no. Wait, I'll let you get to that. This Negro trying to be slick.
He is.
You know he done spent all last year on this show
I know.
talking about his lack of a jumper. He get a jumper, now he's trying to flip that and use it against him.
I'm saying it's a little too late.
because he
It's
finally
not
hit
too
one.
late. It's
Too
never
late.
too late.
Come on,
Jason
man.
Kidd thing,
It's
he
not
had to
too
leave.
late.
He had to leave his team.
It's
before-
never
get-
too
to
late.
be better.
You know why
But
it's not
that's
too
because
late?
him and Mashburn and them didn't get along. So that's a different
No,
that's a
Jim
different-
Jackson.
Jim Jackson. I mean. They didn't get along. That's a different story. That's a different situation.
Get him.
Man, look.
You ain't hear about him and Embiid? They trying
That's
to find out
different.
whose team is who?
But that's
I'm
different.
just saying,
though.
like, we got-
Look, you
you
fuck
wanna
my
compare-
bitch. Look, you fuck my bitch, or we talk about who team it is. That's two different
That's
things,
two
bro.
different
That's two
situations,
different
dude.
things, bro.
But we seen how that plays out on the court.
But you know, look.
That plays out on the court.
We're not gonna
We
trade
saw
him,
we
man.
saw what happened to LeBron and Delonte West.
Nah, man.
I'm saying
that's
some
different
shit,
story.
some
Different
shit play
story.
out the court.
Look, man. Look. At the end of the day,
This anti-Ben Simmons propaganda
He's
that
hating.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
The man get a jumper and now all of a sudden he want to trade
Because
him.
here's the thing. Let me ask you something, Nick, and I know you can't say no to it. Is Ben Simmons in his 3 to 5 year window?
Yes.
So it's not too late for him to get a jump shot. It's not too late. He's in the prime of his
What happened to
development.
Markelle Fultz? It's a player who was on the
Oh,
same
you about
squad.
to see what's gonna get down?
Yeah, we
I'm
gonna
just saying, but
Oh,
he had
yeah.
to leave.
Right? That's all I'm saying.
but-
I'm not saying he's a horrible player. I'm just saying he may not be a fit
Markelle
for this.
Fultz didn't show any of what Ben Simmons showed.
100%.
when he stepped on the
Right.
court.
And we know this, right? And I'm not calling the man soft, but mentally he is not the toughest guy in the NBA. Who? Markelle Fultz.
He look like he gonna be all right. though.
Mentally?
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
I didn't call him soft, but what I'm saying, he's not the mentally
That's a
toughest.
PC way of saying
He's trying to
soft.
be slick with the words.
Hey, look, man, hey, look, I've been doing this 10 years, man. I'm a vet.
Come
now.
on, man. This is where the sports opinions collide. Nigga, say what he said. Nigga. He's soft, all right?
Look, I'm just
He ain't
he's
that
not-
dude.
He's not mentally tough. I can't say the same for Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons is cut from a different cloth.
The fact that he went out and put in the work to come back to get a jumper, you know, to be able to shoot.
And the fact that even without he still dominated the game, did he not? Let's be honest. I'm not saying that this guy was LeBron. I'm not saying that he was even Magic. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying for Ben Simmons, a player, a 6'10" point guard without a jump shot, to get triple doubles, to have the impact that he has offensively and defensively, that is amazing unto itself. And he heard everybody talking about the no jumper. He heard about all of that. And guess what? He went out there and still played his game. Yeah, it looked timid. Yeah, it looked this, that, and the third. But he did what he knew he needed to do to try to win.
Okay.
And now, in the offseason, he added the jumper. Again, in the window of progression. In the 3 to 5 year window. So with all that being said, he is where he's supposed to be.
With that being said,
Said, where do they end up? Where y'all got? Where y'all
Number
got-
one, and they
Yep.
should be in the finals.
they're
Yep.
representing the East.
Yes.
They're going to either be a 1 or 2 seed.
You got them representing the East.
1 or 2. Either them or Milwaukee again.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Either them or Milwaukee.
Ken, what about you? What are your expectations for Philly this year?
Title.
Title.
I
They win
feel
it
that.
all,
I
or they
feel
go,
that.
or they get there.
They get there. They get to the finals. I got them in the finals.
Okay, I would say you saving that Lakers, ain't you? I already know. All right,
That's the division.
Too much.
What about that contract?
That's
That's a good contract.
they had to do it.
I know.
They had to do it. I think I don't
He's
feel
the-
no type of way about it. I think
He's their
it's
best
very-
player, right?
Yeah, he's their best player.
He got nets. Obviously, we know why they gave Kyle his contract. That was a reward for last year. I think that was like, we're going to see how Siakam do this. Well, I thought they were going to use that to see what type of leap Siakam makes. But this is Siakam's team. I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
Kyle
100%.
is going to be there next year.
No,
You're
Kyle,
talking shit too.
Kyle's not gonna be there this year.
Yeah, he has too much
Oh,
money. He has
yeah.
too much money.
He's not gonna be there this year.
I agree.
I guarantee you they trade him.
I agree.
By the
I
trade
guarantee.
deadline?
I
I
guarantee.
agree.
Really?
Guarantee.
I agree.
You heard it here first.
You did.
Guarantee he's not
Why?
on the team because first of all, he's not gonna help that roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you just give those reins to Fred VanVleet.
I was gonna say Flan Vliet was the one that actually did more for them in that
Exactly.
championship run
Coming
than he
back,
did.
remember he got hurt, had the baby, and he came back like, "Hey, bro, my life is on this."
Exactly.
And he played that way. Kyle Lowry can help a championship team get over the hump. He can, and I think that that's what Toronto's going to do. I think they're going to want either more expiring contracts, future assets, first round picks, things of that nature, because they're in a soft rebuild. You know, they got their guy Pascal Siakam. He's our future. We're going to build around him.
They signed a big deal.
Signed a big deal. They know they got Van Fleet. They know they got OG Anunoby.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Finally, yeah, he coming back.
I'm coming back.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Yeah,
about
remember him?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have a nucleus. They just
We don't know what type of star Pascal is.
That's what I was
You know what I'm
gonna
saying?
say. Okay.
So this is his year to prove like
I'm, lower tier all star, middle tier all star, or damn near superstar. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right,
either.
we gonna.
I know
gonna
he's
find
good.
Out. Yeah, he's good. He had a hell of
I
an a proven season last year.
So yeah.
because I still think that they are a playoff team, but I think that they're in the 6 to 8
Range. You know what I'm saying? And then it really depends. I think Siakam's going to get his numbers. I think Siakam is going to be a 20-point scorer. And I think he's going to be solid
Like
across the board.
20 and 8 maybe. 28 boards.
28
I got
boards,
28,
4
three.
rebounds. I mean, 4 assists.
4 assists.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where he's going to live, which puts him to me in the upper tier of the low tier all stars. Scratching
But
the
he's
surface
their
to the middle
go-to
tier.
guy. He's
He
the go-to
100.
guy. on
He's the go-to
team.
guy.
100.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Because
It
it
ain't Kyle.
That's what I'm watching. Gotta be Kyle.
That's a wrap for that guy.
Moving on to
Got a
the
title
Central Division. The
Chicago
Hey,
Bulls.
Central Division.
The Chicago Bulls. Will Zach LaVine get more love this season?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean?
He got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
But
You don't
you don't get love if you're not on the court.
True, but last year I feel like last year was his real breakout year.
Because
Because
that was the most consistent that he's played, and the pressure was all on him. Like, bro, you need to go get 25. He was getting you 25.
But he can score with ease. That's never been a problem with him. Really?
That has consistency was a problem with him. Getting
was.
to his spots was a problem. That growth and maturity and progression, he finally got it, and then we saw it physically because he came in like a fucking wet noodle.
and now I'm not saying he's LeBron,
Right,
but he
but you
got
can tell-
talk.
you can tell he got some muscle.
Exactly, like he could take some bumps when he's going to the rim now. He's not soft
Anymore physically. So I think Levine is taking a major jump last year. I think he's going to take even a bigger jump this year. I've watched him.
What's the bigger jump?
almost 30 a game.
Really?
Yes.
I won't go that far.
Yes. I think he's going to be 25, 26 plus a game this year.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I'm not seeing 30 though.
That's what I'm saying.
But,
Like,
to
30
me,
is a lot.
is that not close to 30?
I mean,
Is 26 not close
That's
to
a
30?
big gap between
Round it
25.
up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know, round it.
I'm looking 25, 26.
Okay.
So I guess
between
Almost
25
30 a game.
yeah.
How much you average?
25, 20.
See, I'm thinking more like
29.7 something like
Yeah,
that.
I was around it.
30. That's a scoring title. Like
Well, no, James Harden's gonna get that. I think he's gonna be between 25 and 28 this year. I think the Bulls are gonna vie for a playoff.
position. It really depends on the health of the rest of that roster.
Yeah, I still think they're gonna be outside looking in though.
I still think the Central Division will have 3 teams in the playoffs from that division.
I got you, and I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm definitely not disagreeing with that. I can see the Bulls being outside. They're a 6 through 8 team. They like
Even at their
ceiling.
they're no higher than 6. You know what I'm saying? Laurie has been in and out of the
He was
lineup.
hurt last year.
So Laurie got to get back and get into the rhythm of everything. You know, they're adding on Kobe White, so hopefully that Yeah, I know. I
That
like
Negro
him for them.
boy.
I like it because he
Yeah.
pushes the pace. He can get Zach LaVine even easier shots. That's kind of what the Bulls have been missing is that point guard. So I don't know 100% if they address that need. I like Kobe White for them. I don't know if he's the future. So that dude's a beast, man. Like their front line between him and Laurie, bruh.
They got a good
Bruh.
front. They got a good front court.
You know who they got to get rid of though? To me, Denzel Valentine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't pay him.
6'6" shoot guard.
Yeah, you can't pay him because they're already paying Otto Porter, which is a horrible contract for them.
It is.
Damn, I forgot he was on this.
Yeah, he got a max contract.
Because that was what carried over from Washington, right?
Yep. Yeah, basically almost like a sign and trade.
What about that big 7-footer? What's his name? Last name Markov. Lori
Marketing.
Marketing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, he's a stretch 4 or 5. That's what I'm saying. That front court is nice.
Man,
They just young.
they're just young. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna be on the outside looking.
Because what? Laurie's in his third year.
Third year, yeah.
And then Wendell's in his second year.
year.
You know, Zach is now in his fifth year.
Yeah.
Fifth going 6. You know what I'm saying? So Levine is starting to hit that ceiling of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it last year.
Right.
He took a big ass jump.
Yeah,
So-
you were definitely on the nose on that one last year.
Cleveland Cavaliers. This is the only question I got. What's the best case scenario for this team? As far
number
as-
1 pick.
Pretty much.
Really?
That's
Pretty
the best
much.
case
It's the
scenario.
best case scenario. They
You
end
got
up.
enough for Colin Sexton?
Huh?
You said what was it? 3?
When is he gonna be out the league again?
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna walk that back just a little bit. Just a little bit because I've watched him and the jump shot is a lot better now.
Mhm.
He can shoot and it's respectable. That was my biggest thing. It was because he averaged like barely 2 assists a game last
I
year.
know. They talked about it. They criticized him. Said he wasn't a point guard.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't shoot and you can't pass. Hey, you out the league. But now the shot is a little bit better. Plus they got Darius Garland too. I don't like that pairing. I don't know.
Because you just got the same position.
Twice over, right?
That's what I'm
That
saying.
reminds me of the Kyrie Irving, Deion Waiters thing.
2.0. 2.0. And
All
I
right.
don't like that.
So draft pick. So what's next? We ain't gonna spend much
Yeah,
time
we not.
on that.
They're not gonna do. Wait, hold on. K Love doesn't make it to the trade deadline.
That was yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
He's gone.
I can see
He's
that.
gone
I can
this
see him
year.
being gone. I can see him being gone with trade deadline.
And I'm gonna tell y'all who when we talk about it.
B, this is my question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Will D Rose
Be the difference maker for this Detroit Pistons squad this season.
Difference maker as far as what?
did y'all make the playoffs last? Yeah, they did.
AC.
Got swept by Milwaukee.
Will y'all get to the second round?
Ooh, man. I mean, I would like for us to go to the second round.
I mean, you would like to win a title, but
I mean,
I'm saying,
I'm being realistic. I'm just being realistic. I mean, just the fact that Dwayne Casey, his first year, got us 500 above,
And got us a playoff. I would like for them to make it second round. You know, make it to second round this year. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get in that 4 or 5 spot. I'm looking at them as like 6, 7.
hopefully, they'll not be an 8th seed again this year. But I'm looking at that 5, 6, 7.
that's the spot you need them to be in.
in that range, you
Okay.
know. And I'm expecting them to win like about maybe 43 to 45 games. They won 41 last year. So if Dwayne Casey to get them boys up to about 45, 46, that'd be good.
It all depends
I like
on
that.
Luke Kennard.
He's actually been impressive though. Like, and I've been tough
Nah,
on Luka.
I like Luke.
Yeah, I've been tough on him.
You
And
have been because
that
only because
dude-
of Spider Mitchell.
Yep,
That's the only
why.
reason why.
That's why.
But he's starting to come around.
He is.
He's starting to come
And
around.
you know what?
And he got some
White
toughness.
boys.
He got some toughness into him. He got some toughness
because
to him, too.
Dwayne Casey put a little bit of extra toughness into him. Remember, we talked about it last year where
Uh-huh.
he wanted to start, and Dwayne was like, "Nope, off this bench."
Off this bench. Yep.
And that,
Yep.
and as a player, when you know you're good enough to start, but your coach is like, "No, sit right here next to me," bro, that motivates you.
It does.
That
It really
motivates you,
does,
and I
man.
think that he's gonna have an even bigger breakout because he had a breakout season last year.
I think
but
he's
I
going-
think this is gonna be a big jump.
Yeah.
He
for him.
had a good
it is.
second half. Shout out to Luke.
Yeah, he's balling. I even though I hate we let him go, Ish Smith, you know, because we got.
I love that.
I
guy.
like Ish
I
Smith.
love
I
that
really
guy.
like
Yeah.
him, man.
Better
but-
than Reggie.
Oh no, I agree.
I ain't saying
I agree.
much.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not. But yeah, I hate we had to let him go. But yeah, I know we brought Derrick Rose on it, and just from the clips I've seen from Derrick Rose, 'cause I watched like maybe a half of a preseason game, and I mean, Derrick Rose was all right. Him and Drummond was running the pick and roll really good and everything. And I was like, okay, Derrick Rose. He was playing
Did
aggressive.
they move Drummond?
No,
No.
No.
They don't move him.
that's too big of a void if you do. Like you're talking
This
about
dude
12,
is
14
like-
points, 14 rebounds.
This dude is like damn near 20. He had the most
20 games last year, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's too big of a void
I feel-
because Blake Griffin can't pick up the slack.
And his free throws gotten better. He improved.
big time in his free throws last year. Like
Kind
he
of like
shot-
Ben Simmons' jumper, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Seriously, because it was to the point to where it was a hack of Drummond. Like it was,
Yeah.
you couldn't do that last year. Like he was hitting his free throws. You know, he was at least going 1 for 2 easily. Like bam, bam. So yeah, I see them being at that 5 through 7.
Yeah, and then talking about Derrick Rose, he's had his fair share of injuries, right? We've all made fun of
Lion's
his
share.
injury,
Yeah.
lion's share.
Yeah.
We've all made fun of his injuries with memes and stuff like that. But let's not forget the man scored 50 points last year.
He did. That's what I'm saying.
The man is not necessarily the MVP version. I don't think he'll ever be that MVP version that we once saw, but he is no slouch. And I think, always talking about above the fray, he's better than half of the point guards in the NBA.
Yeah.
Still.
He's going to have games where he's going to be knocking down like 30,
Yep.
35 easily. Like,
Yep.
like damn, Derrick Rose on fire.
Yep.
Reggie Jackson going to take a back seat. It's going to be some games where Reggie Jackson like, look, coach, you're going to let this dude, like, Derrick Rose.
I thought he was
gonna
gonna be a starter.
No,
They don't-
you're
they don't see
paying,
him.
you're paying Reggie Jackson too much money. You're paying him too much
I mean,
money.
come off the bench.
You're paying him too much money. I mean,
Really? That's how much money he needs.
you're paying him too much
He
money.
almost got a max contract or like a superstar contract when he signed.
Yeah, but I'm just saying at this point in time, how many years he got? Is this his last?
Yeah, he's like if it's not this year, it's next year.
Yeah.
It can't be much longer.
That's what I mean. Like at this point,
But yeah, I don't think.
Cause you know what's funny about Reggie Jackson? I don't think he gets much more than minimum when he re-ups.
Oh, of course. I agree.
I definitely agree.
I don't even know who want to take him.
There's a team that'll pay a minimum.
Yeah.
Disrespect to my. Moving on to the Indiana Pacers. If they are healthy, are they a top 3 team? in the
Yes.
East?
Yes.
Number 3.
I think that because they got Malcolm Brogdon now,
Yep.
right? I think they are probably healthy wise. They're probably the most underrated team in this. whole
100%.
I think
in the
it's-
Who they
NBA.
played in the first round last year?
They played Boston.
Was it Boston?
Mhm.
They would have beat them. If they would have had Victor,
Yes.
they would have
Yep.
beat them.
Yep,
I think they would have beat Boston. And the way Boston was playing last year,
Mhm.
the way how out of sync they was looking, they would have beat. I was like, Boston got lucky.
by getting matched up with Indiana in the first round. 'Cause
Yeah.
They was injured. They was banged up.
Mhm.
And if they'd have had Victor Oladipo, they'd have went
Top
down.
3 by default.
Top
By
by
default?
default.
Because of the field of the East.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
So you're not that big on Indiana, health, even if they are healthy.
Nate, right?
Nate McMillan,
Is he the
Yeah.
coach?
I think he is.
Yeah, he can coach his ass off. Oladipo's
He's a
the
good player
truth.
too.
I'm glad to see him. He showed he can carry a team. I don't know. I just don't see.
I think I kind of agree with Ken because now I'm
Much,
thinking about it. Yeah, Philly,
yeah.
Milwaukee, and then
Yeah, who else?
It's a drop off after the 2.
Yeah.
And the next best team from a roster
is Indiana.
But
Indiana.
Indiana's
So I
a,
agree.
they're like one of those teams you just
Just don't want to match. Like you can see,
100%.
especially first round, you just don't want to see.
Miles
them.
Turner. Like,
Yeah, they got
good
nice
team.
guys.
because they got a lot of nice pieces that match up with almost any
Thaddeus
Yeah.
Young.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thaddeus Young could guard 1
I
through
thought
4.
I thought he played for Chicago.
Thaddeus Young?
Did he get moved? I don't know.
Did he
played
get
for
moved?
Chicago.
Let me fact check.
Yeah, fact check that.
Let me fact check.
But you got obviously Malcolm Brogdon coming off of a 50-40-90 year, which is crazy. Who would ever thought Malcolm Brogdon would have did
I
that?
know.
So and then we know what he is defensively,
Yeah.
right?
Ken, you was calling his ass out every game though. 50, 40, 90. What he doing?
He wasn't doing
But
shit.
between him and Oladipo,
Yeah, Thaddeus Young is for Chicago Bulls.
for Chicago
Damn.
Bulls,
Yeah,
now?
that's right,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Pull up the Indiana.
They got Sabonis,
roster.
right?
Yeah, Sabonis.
Yeah, because they just re-up Sabonis. They Miles Turner. They have one of those rosters that just could be a matchup nightmare for you if you're the opposing team, and then they could pretty much match up with anybody. Because think about their 2 bigs. Like their bigs can bang, but they also have range and they have ball handling ability. How many teams have 2 bigs like that, right? Like we just talked about Detroit. That's not Andre Drummond.
Yep.
That's Blake,
Mhm.
but that ain't Andre. There's not many teams that have a 4-5 matchup like that. And then you're talking about the 1-2 matchup. Both guys with size, not elite size, but 6'3" to 6'5" at the 1-2.
Malcolm Brogdon is 6'5" and Victor Oladipo
6'4".
is 6'4".
Yep. So
Brogdon though.
He really
Because he
well, because that too, and also because he's playing with
thicker, too.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee got
yeah, they dumb long.
Very
Dumb
long.
hair.
He's 6'5".
But we're talking good elite size at the position, but we're talking about elite mental toughness, elite dogness, right? And those two players, they're gonna go after it, bro.
course, yeah.
Like you just you scored 2 points, you ain't scoring. Like that's the type of mentality
That's
that
coaching.
they both and that's coaching because Nate McMillan is
Yep.
that type of coach.
Yep.
So they
He
just
was
have
that type of player.
he was that type of player
Yeah.
for the Sonics. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they got some good role players too. I'm looking
That's
at their
what I'm
roster. They got Jeremy Lamb. They got
Yep.
T.J. Warren.
Yep.
They got
3-and-D guy.
Yeah, 3-and-D guy. They got T.J. McConnell. They
Yep.
got McDermott.
Okay, I take that
Man.
back. I can walk that back. I didn't know they had all that.
Yeah, they got some
Alright,
good
yeah.
role
So that's
players,
what I'm
man.
saying. So it's like
They-
if you take out Malcolm Brogdon and you put in T.J. McConnell, what are you really losing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, or you take out Oladipo and you put in Jeremy Lamb. They're a matchup issue because there's no real big drop off. You know what I'm saying? Because you could always keep one of your 2 best players on the court. And is a slight drop off to your bench guy. So in the playoffs, when the games get tighter and stuff like that, and you got to go to your bench, and our bench guys are way better than your bench guys, that's what makes Indiana a matchup problem.
Last one for
for the Central Division. Milwaukee Bucks has their title window closed.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That last year was kind of like the closest or the best time for them to get it, I think.
So they have no shot to get out the East.
Eastern Conference Finals at best.
Yep. And
That's
I'm
about
gonna
it.
tell you why. It's two reasons. So number one, Giannis got to get a better jump shot, right? Because even in this preseason, he's shooting it a little bit more, but it's not at the level that it needs to be to where he becomes unguardable. He's unguardable because he takes one dribble
It's
from the
only
3-point
because
line.
of his talent, not because of his game.
Because of his physicality, right? Like that's what separates Giannis. But the skills need to start to separate Giannis from everybody else, and his skill hasn't matched his physicality yet.
Did y'all? What was it
The world championship?
Yeah.
He struggled. No, he didn't look that good.
He was still doing the same thing.
Yeah, same
I
thing.
didn't see no progression in his game.
Nope.
Like people said, don't get me wrong, it's still a good game.
Yeah.
He's still like damn near
Yeah.
unguardable. But like I didn't see like, oh, they got the turnaround. Oh, at least
Yep.
where'd that come from? Like I didn't. All I saw was the same get through,
Yep.
dunk
Yeah.
from the
Yep.
damn free throw line. Like you
Yep.
know, draw the fouls. That's pretty much. I still saw him doing that.
He loved doing that long ass Euro.
Yeah. I still saw him doing that. So it was just no type of progression with his game.
And see, and because they let Malcolm Brogdon go and they signed Chris Middleton to the deal that they signed him to, who's going to be the third guy?
Who's their point? Are they giving it to George Hill?
Drew Bledsoe and George Hill. So that's what I'm. So when I look at that roster,
They
right,
got
like
worse.
the only thing that can get him over the top is Giannis to expand his game, because bringing on other talent, it's not there. And even when the George Hill contract and the Eric Bledsoe contracts dissolve, who's signing in Milwaukee? And then you know, obviously, you have to match it up to the free agency period, right? Like if you wanted to get like I put it to you like this: if somehow, some way, Milwaukee could get CP, they could make it out the East.
I
That's
said
their
that for the
only-
longest.
that's their only
I was
hope.
saying
That's
that for the
their only
longest.
hope.
Yeah, I do remember you saying
Remember
that.
I was saying that? I
Yeah.
was like, man, if CP go to a team like Milwaukee, oh,
That's
championship contender
championship.
right there.
But without
They-
somebody like
they
that,
eat that contract.
They would have to
move some. They
They would have to trade Eric Bledsoe and some other pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't know what's gonna happen with the CP situation.
We don't.
You know, but if somehow, some way, he could go to Milwaukee, yes, that's a championship team.
Man, if Chicago and Cleveland wasn't so ass, I would say Central Division is probably the toughest division in the NBA. It's not. I mean, I'm looking at the divisions now. And,
Well, I hope he enjoyed that MVP trophy. You hope he slept with that and kissed that thing every night.
oh, you talking about Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
The only trophy he gonna get.
Moving on to the South East Division. You start off with the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh man,
They're gonna be fun to watch.
Are they the
Yep.
most exciting
They're
team in
gonna
the
be
league?
fun to
Season's
watch.
ass.
top two.
You got it?
They're going to.
No,
be,
I am gonna get it though.
they're going to be
Why
fun
this
to
still
watch.
is?
They're going to be fun to watch, man. Like I went to a preseason game.
Yeah, man.
And that was just like a snippet. I saw
Yep.
like a snippet of stuff.
I'm gonna be up there for hella games. this
Oh,
year.
yeah, me too.
I'm going there.
I already got my tickets for Pistons. They come in town January 18th and April 7th.
Yeah.
I might go to some more games.
I'm going
besides
to
that.
see pretty much all the big, like when they face the Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, Celtics, but all that.
Yeah, we definitely need to make a dead end sports trip
Yeah.
to a couple of these games.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad I didn't get to see Dwayne Wade on his last year, so I want to see LeBron.
You don't want to see him on his last year. You want to see him.
I'm just saying, I never saw him in general. You know
I
what I'm
saw
saying?
him. You missed out, bro.
Yeah,
That's why I'm trying to catch LeBron. I want to catch LeBron.
Oh, we gonna go see LeBron when he's on the tail end.
Of course, so you can talk hella
Yeah.
shit.
Hey, I mean, he's supposed to be the best player
I
in the
saw
league.
him when he was that Miami came to town.
All that.
Yeah,
LeBron
bro.
was- boy.
That's when you needed to.
Yeah, but the Hawks.
sorry.
And I know we talked about it a little bit this past Tuesday because I was so excited after watching them, bruh. And I'll say it again, the Hawks drafted Kawhi Leonard 2.0. Bro, oh my God! Look, I knew he was nice.
What are you talking about?
DeAndre Hunter.
I knew he was nice. I saw the measurables, but you gotta see it. Like you gotta see it in action. And when I saw it, I'm just like, he is
They
Kawhi.
moved up to 4 to get him for a reason.
The hands are long like Kawhi. The arms are dumb long, and then he has the frame. In 3 to 5 years, bro, this man's gonna put on 15 to 20 pounds of muscle, and you're not gonna be able to move him. He's gonna be arguably the best defender in the NBA when he starts to actually progress. Bro.
And the thing about it is that if you watch that national championship game, you saw like he steps up.
Yep.
He made clutch shot after clutch shot. Like he
steps
was
up
the
in big
difference maker, and that matters. That mentality is often an overlooked thing.
Because it's infectious. And then just think about like the other core people that they have. Like Trae Young has that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Cam doesn't, to me, at least not to that level, but hopefully that kind of infects him too, right? So that core, and like I said, I gotta be Debbie Downer. Kevin Huter, bro, your time is up.
Boy, man.
And I love Kevin Huter.
The second unit?
How can you pay him? It's not about the talent, Nick. It's about paying everybody. Because here's the thing. Guaranteed we know Trae Young getting the bag.
Yeah.
John Collins getting the
They
bag.
already picked up their options on Trae Young,
Yeah,
Collins, and
But that's not the re-up. That's just the extension of the
No, I'm
rookie
just
deal.
going with your point. Like,
Yeah.
they definitely look at them.
They're gonna max those two guys out,
Mhm.
and then you know they're gonna max out DeAndre Hunter, and then we're gonna see how Cam Reddish play. So you're gonna have 5 potentially big contracts. Hell no, 1 or 2 of them gotta go.
Let me ask this: is Chandler Parsons and Jabari Parker gonna make a difference?
Chandler Parsons is just there for salary cap reasons. That man's out the NBA.
Yeah.
He's just getting traded
Yep.
because that contract is so horrible.
Okay.
Jabari Parker is definitely going to be an addition to that team. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to take Torian Prince time, and who's the other
Bazemore.
one? Bazemore. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they have a void there, and then also Evan Turner. So this is what's interesting about the Hawks. You know, Evan Turner is their backup point guard.
Yeah.
So, you know, like they're gonna go with a big lineup, which, you know, offsets the Trae Young thing. So, you know, I like what the Hawks have. They're good enough to make the playoffs, but it doesn't matter if they do.
You got him in the playoffs?
That's tough to put them in there,
Because
man.
you only got
Is that on your list?
Nah, I didn't ask them because I didn't think they were. I
Oh,
don't think
we
they
gonna
were.
pick the top 8 teams for this year?
We can at the
Yeah,
end.
we can at the end, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about 8, right? You're not talking about no higher.
No,
than
they're a 6 through 8 team. That's
I don't see them as a playoff team just because they're going to be exciting to watch. But as far as game planning and fourth quarter closing out games, I think they're still too young and too raw to really.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's still gonna be some games.
Most of the people you're talking about is rookies, you know.
Yeah, it's still gonna be some games where it's like, man, they just had a little bit more.
I got them in the playoffs.
You do?
Well,
Let's
Number
see.
8?
Let's see.
Look at that.
Okay. No, but even to Ken's point, I can see them making the playoffs because think about
because the East is really not that strong.
it's not that strong, and then think about the veterans that they have. They have playoff tested veterans, right? Like you got Evan Turner, you got Vince Carter, you have
Evan Turner playoff tested?
Yeah.
Just because he was in it don't mean he playoff tested.
But what I'm saying, but
Playoff
year after
tested
year,
thing.
but yeah, year after year after year, it's not like he has like a 5-year span that he didn't make the
What
playoffs.
about Jabari?
Jabari is
It's
different.
different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jabari different.
No, I'll give you
Yeah.
that. Did
I'm
I
just
say
saying, like,
Jabari?
I'm just.
I didn't say Jabari's
You said
name.
veterans. These are the only few Vince Carter. I mean, I give you him, but he.
Evan Turner has played in a
lot
lot
of
of clutch
playoff
series.
games.
Too.
Yep.
He's played in a lot of clutch
And then
series.
somebody else that we didn't talk about that's also young on this roster that, you know, I don't know how the hell they're going to pay him too. Well, I think Alex Len's time is up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
But
go.
Bruno Fernando,
Yeah, Bruno Fernando. Yeah.
he matches what they want. He's a guy, a face-up 5 that's tenacious on defense and rebounding, but has a jumper.
Hawks got a nice little young nucleus, man.
Bruh.
If they got good management that know what to do with this, in about 3 to 4 years, we gonna be saying championship or bust.
Yeah.
I like the coach.
Yeah, I like him
Who's that
for
coach again?
Floyd. What the hell is his name? Floyd Pierce.
Floyd.
I like him for now.
For right now.
I don't know if he's the championship guy. Like in 3 to 5, I don't know if he's the guy that gets us over the hump. But for right now,
Is he black?
yeah, I don't know.
He's
He's a
black,
black guy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also the
When they get
GM.
ready, we'll fire him for a white guy.
Or I think a Mark Jackson could be like that championship level coach.
Does Mark? Well, I don't even know yet.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Charlotte Hornets. Does MJ need to give up on this franchise?
MJ needs to stop being a meddling owner. Hire a GM and let the man do his job. Because in terms of basketball decisions,
He's probably the worst.
the worst one.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Okay, cool. You drafted Kemba. You developed Kemba. Kemba was better than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a Bobby Jackson 6-man type guy. But he,
hell no.
well, I thought that was going to be his best place.
No, I got you.
Yeah, and that's no real shock.
Bobby Jackson,
I had high expectations for Kemba. I thought he should have went higher in that draft than instead of 9.
He went where he needed to go.
9 was
Yeah.
top 10 draft was a good spot.
I think we're only looking at him because of the team he was on in the franchise. Like if he was picked on another team, he would. I feel like you would have seen
Coming
a lot
out of
better.
UConn, I was projecting him to be a top 10 pick, and he
No, he was.
he fell in.
Okay.
And then also, like, it was the physicality thing for me with Kemba. It was like, okay, like how because remember the first couple of years, it's not like he just took the NBA by storm.
Yeah.
He needed to develop
He
and
needed
get acclimated to that speed and that physicality of the NBA game. But neither here nor there.
I think he was straight on the speed part.
Yeah, he was straight on the speed. He was straight on the speed.
Outside.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But outside of Kemba, his draft choices have been horrible.
No,
He's
but
Generally, I don't complain.
But it's even he didn't draft him. But it's my thing is more so about how he managed that whole Kemba thing. I think it's a microcosm of how the Hornets are being ran. Like you draft a guy, you don't put no parts around him, and then when it's time to re-up, you don't even offer him the max, and then you even trade him away to get something back. So you pretty much lost him for Terry Rozier, a diminished version of the best guy you had. So from a GM perspective, right? Sometimes you have to understand when it's time to cut it loose. And he should have traded Kemba last year before the trade deadline. He just should have and got more in return. 100%. And then I'm sorry, Ken. How do you rebound from this? You don't have any additional assets.
Nope.
No draft picks. No extra draft picks. You don't. How?
What do you mean, Terry Rozier?
I'm glad you said that because I'm telling y'all right now, Terry Rozier in Charlotte is going to be one of the best storylines of the NBA.
What do you mean
What do
storylines?
you mean? Like what's gonna happen?
Oh, he gonna have to be damn fool.
Oh, okay.
From Boston,
Oh, you
he
think
got
gonna be talking?
Man,
that's what I'm saying. Storyline.
already
I
talking.
thought you mean like acting fool like he gonna ball out.
Nah, hell
No,
He'll
no.
probably be good though.
He already talking.
You know who he is?
What?
Reggie Jackson 2.0.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
Good enough to possibly be a starter, but not good enough to be a consistent
He needs
baller.
to
I thought you were gonna say R.J. Smith or J.R. Smith.
Oh,
No.
Terry Rozier is an example of a guy that needed the coach, and Brad Steele was the coach.
100.
All right, Miami Heat.
Woo, that's my boy,
What is this team known as?
Tyler Hero.
Bruh, that dude, hey,
Another
he
great
been,
storyline.
He been getting buckets.
And he got an attitude.
What
You
direction-
saw he got into it with MCW?
What direction are they going in?
It don't matter. Just
What do you
watch
mean it don't
Tyler.
matter?
Just watch Tyler. They extended Spoelstra.
Mhm. Oh yeah, it's
They had
fine.
to. They must have had to.
I mean,
The same way Brad Stevens is tied to Danny Ainge, the same way Spoelstra is tied to Pat Riley. As
Yeah.
long as Pat Riley there, Spoelstra gonna be there.
Playoff team, and I think we're gonna watch Tyler, and I think they're gonna hitch their wagon to him.
Yep.
And Jimmy's just there for a year or two.
Well, here's the thing though, Ken.
Did he sign a new deal with them?
Well, yeah, because he signed there as a free agent.
That's-
So
I
what
still
do you mean a
think-
year or two then?
I still think they want, okay, 43 years. But I think they still want Justice Winslow to be Jimmy.
But we
It's
know
not-
that's not.
it's not gonna happen.
Like he's had his 3 to 5. We
But
know
they've
what
been
Justice
talking, but
is.
he's been hurt a lot.
But here's the thing about
But
Justice.
they still talking highly of him
Because
that
he-
he could be that guy.
He's added a 3-point shot.
Yeah, I know.
He's added. I'm not saying he's not little JJ Redick, but the man can hit a 3 now. The thing with them is this: we see kind of the Pat Riley. What he wants to be able to at least stay afloat. And with that being said, I can see him sacrificing Tyler Hero to go get a CP or to try
Yes.
to try to be better right now.
Yes.
I just think that's I want to say exposure, but I just think that's Pat Riley's mentality.
He wants
Like,
stars.
He wants stars, and he wants to put himself in position to win now, no matter the cost, and the cost would be Tyler Hero. And I like, and just thinking about it from the other perspective, Shea Gilgeous and Tyler, hey, that's nice rebuilding blocks with 30 freaking first round picks they got.
And OKC.
Yeah.
Shot looked nice.
Yeah,
Tyler, man.
no, he's the guy. He's the guy.
Orlando Magic, can they build on last year's success?
They have to. And another team that I kind of, from a personnel roster standpoint, I don't understand what they're doing. Because you gave Vucevic a big contract. They
gave what's his name? Ross? Didn't they give him a big contract? Or something like
Terrence
that?
Ross.
Yeah, a decent sized contract. It wasn't like no max or nothing. But they gave Vucevic basically a max contract. And my thing is this: you drafted Mo Bamba, right? You got Aaron Gordon, which you already read up. And I think that out of all the big men, that's the one you keep with Mo, right? Because I think they're the best complementary pieces. But you should have traded Vucevic and got more
And
draft
you got
capital.
Jonathan
I don't think
Isaac.
Obama's there no more.
Yes,
He is. Orlando?
He was just
Yeah,
hurt, right?
he was just hurt. You know what I'm saying?
He's not on this roster. I'm looking at their roster right now.
So where?
He's not on this roster.
Look for Sheck West.
Yeah, he's. Yeah.
So where is he then?
Not on this roster.
So just look up Mo Bamba and see where he's at.
He has to be there.
He has to be there. But you got Jonathan Isaac, a 6'10", 6'11", perimeter freak in terms of athletic ability. So is Aaron Gordon. So is Mo Bamba. To me, that would have been my front court. I would have traded Vucevic last year. Got some draft picks in the
Me too.
future
Yep.
because they don't have a back court. I think they did a marvelous job getting Markelle Fultz. Right, like just in terms of value and what he could potentially be, that's huge for them. Right, but now who's his running mate?
And they've been hyping folks up.
They have been.
Yeah.
He looks like he looked when he got into the league. He's still very hesitant on the jumper. But I don't understand the direction of that franchise.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. How do you give Vucevic all that money when you still got Mo, you got Aaron Gordon, and you got Jonathan Isaac? I don't get it. It does not make sense.
Another team franchise that doesn't make
Makes sense as far as their direction.
Wrong last name. Yeah.
to close out the East. Washington Wizards. Why did they
Move
extend?
on.
Why did they extend Bradley Beal?
Nets. They had to.
Why?
You gotta give the Washington
Obama's
hopefuls-
on there.
The Washington.
What about the half Korean kid they drafted?
Who? Raul
Rui,
Yeah.
Hiroshima.
really, Kev? They gonna come after you. They gonna drop bombs.
Hey,
on
hold on. We gotta.
Apologize to China right when they
I
cut
know,
us
Hiroshima. What is his last name?
I don't know. I just know they after him just to get to
Ruri
to-
Hashimura.
There we go. I was close.
You almost said Naruto, but I'm just saying they clearly drafted him just to get more international
No,
appeal.
they didn't.
Nah,
I think that's all it was.
He was a reach. I'm not saying he wasn't a reach at where they drafted him.
He
He was
was
but-
a top
upside.
10
Yeah.
player. He was a
No,
top
yeah.
10 pick, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he has
he can
upside.
play.
Yeah,
He can play.
I don't know if he's gonna
We'll see.
reach it.
Because you know what? You know what he is to me? Kelly Oubre 2.0.
And we saw what happened with him when he left
left.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Balling.
Balling. Got him agenda.
Yeah, they're
boy.
definitely gonna be on the outside looking.
But yeah,
in
they just gave him
in
that. They
playoffs.
just wanted. I mean, they couldn't let him go, and then just.
But this is a dumpster fire franchise, right?
Why? I know we got to move on, but John Wall, is he really that hurt that he's gonna miss the whole season again?
Man, the way
Oh,
they talking
wow,
about-
really?
Yeah.
He's
The
gonna
way
be
they
out
talking
this
about
year.
he busted. It was I didn't think it was that bad, but from hearing these updates and all
It's
that,
2
he ain't
years,
nowhere
yeah.
near ready.
Damn.
So
He's done.
I don't know if y'all watched the video that I sent y'all in the group me. But that doctor,
Oh, yeah.
For the Zion, we gonna get to that too.
yeah, I know. But that doctor, his YouTube channel is pretty dope, by the way. I can't remember his name. Y'all know I'm bad with names. But he was the guy that was talking about how people, regardless of the sport, you should take 2 years off for ACL tear.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Hold on, let me try to see the.
yeah, I can't remember his name.
Dr. White.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
Moving on to the Western Conference final or Western Conference. Let's start off with the Dallas Mavericks.
Playoff team.
Are KP and Luka the forgotten duo in the NBA?
They are.
Luka?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we haven't seen KP. So I guess that's why.
But have you seen him in the preseason? Ooh.
Yeah, hey, man.
You know, I'm
Luka, my guy, man.
No, Luka is the guy.
So how many games you think Dallas is gonna improve to? They won 30. They went 33 and 49 last year.
They should get into the 40s. They should be close to.
I got him 50.
So damn near 20 game improvement. you
KP
think?
got to be worth at least 15. He's first 50. How many?
So
they win?
about 40. They won
Okay, so
33.
yeah,
They won
yeah.
33.
I
So
think
about
about
He's good for a
500
good
team.
15.
Yeah.
15.
KP's good for another 15
games.
wins.
They're gonna win 48 games.
Yeah.
All right, I got higher.
I'm gonna tell you what Kristaps Porzingis is the best at in the NBA. Is not close. Putbacks. If the ball bounces off the rim and he's within 7 feet, he's gonna go get it.
3-6 Lafayette.
Yep. That
You
dude.
been waiting to say that all year.
That dude, I think between him and Luka, the way that they play is unorthodox, and there's really not another duo outside of LeBron and AD that match the type of or pose the same type of matchup problems that those two guys have. Because think about it, right? Like you have a 7'3" guy and basically a 7-foot guy that can do everything on the court. Have high basketball IQ, handles, 3-point range, mid-range, post-game. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a ball handler with amazing IQ and decision making. They pose the same type of matchup issues.
And they love black culture.
But the white team that loves black culture.
Hey, man. Hey,
And you know what? That is probably the whitest team in the NBA.
Kristaps said he learned how to learn American culture through rap music. And Luka, we see him running around with black girls.
Oh, is he?
That's what
I think that.
Oh, maybe that's Kristaps.
Well, you know, Dirk married a black one.
Or maybe that was Dirk. I'm getting my white people confused.
Oh, damn,
They all
Tim,
look the same.
Tim Hardaway Jr. played for the Dallas.
Yeah.
Mavericks.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see that contract?
That's why he's been bouncing around. I think they're a little bit overrated as far as their ceiling, because I don't trust KP long term.
What are you hearing?
Well, just the fact. Well,
I don't trust the others.
I as far as I like Luka. I don't mind Luka at all, and I think he will be the X factor.
For how far this team goes. I think this whole franchise rests on KP.
What about KP?
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying, and I don't trust KP health wise, and he'll put up good numbers, but I don't think he makes a difference as far as wins and losses.
I know what this is. Bitter lover scorn.
There ain't no better lover.
I know he's gonna say that. No, I'm just saying. I know KP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he ain't do shit for us, and I don't think he gonna do shit for Dallas.
to
All
him.
right, yeah, you gotta
Way to
be-
get it
you
out,
gotta be-
man.
I like skip over Kawhi and shit. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gonna call him a number 2?
I ain't gonna call him. I'm gonna call him by his name.
You want people to know who you talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking dead at him.
Get it out, man. Get it out.
But to continue in the what is it, Southwest
Division. Yeah, Southwest Division. We're going to the Houston Rockets. My question is, do Russ and Harden need to go to the finals to justify their team up?
No, not the finals. Because I don't even.
So
think,
then how do we grade this? What do we?
Me personally, I'm grading them off. They better not be no first round exit because. You know, we've seen them beat particularly Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook
being first round exit.
But that's
so
him
if they're
being a
first
leader.
round exit this upcoming season.
Everything getting blown up.
Everything getting blown up,
Including James.
This Rockets franchise has been talking about titles ever since they signed James Harden all them years ago, and every iteration
Really?
of them.
Yeah,
they've been talking about
man.
championship aspirations ever since they signed him.
Yeah, he was the foundation of that championship.
and every iteration of this Rockets, because they probably changed up their roster more than any team in
Yep.
the league every
100.
season. They have not gotten to the promised land, and it's getting to the point where it's either Daryl Morey or James Harden got to go.
I feel like if they get to the West Finals this season,
I think that's a damn good sign.
They've been going to the West
I
Finals
don't
for the
know,
last 2
B.
years.
I'm saying if this team I mean, I don't think they are either. But I'm just saying, if Russell Westbrook and James Harden carry this team to a West Finals appearance,
So they lose in the West Finals, then what? You keep them again. You keep this team together.
And that's the part where I say I don't know about.
You know what happens?
Go ahead.
D'Antoni gets left
then
go.
exactly.
That's it?
Nope.
he's a scapegoat.
I'm taking it a step further.
Come
You
on.
said it. Harden gone.
Thank you.
Fertitta, whatever his name is,
Uh-huh.
he ain't playing that shit, man.
So if they get to the West Finals, lose.
And they lose,
Harden is out.
something's gonna happen.
But Daryl Morey has to be out by the end of the season, right?
But I think
They
it's
ain't gonna make it to the West
context.
Finals though. Just saying that.
But I think it's context though. I think if James Harden looks like he's always looked, he's gone.
Okay.
I think regardless of whatever happens outside of short of winning the championship, D'Antoni's gone. No. Houston has
Houston
the biggest,
has to care about that.
Yeah, because like out of all the NBA teams, because of Yao Ming, they love Houston.
Well, maybe Adam Silver, because he was like, yeah, well,
Because China was saying they were surprised Adam Silver didn't fire him.
yeah, and Adam Silver was like, hell to the no.
Yeah, I'm not
To
gonna
the
fire
no,
nobody
no.
just because of their.
But I'm just saying. But I'm saying obviously they're not going to.
They wanted him fired.
They're not going to fire him because of that. They're going to fire him, and we've been getting to the week. Western Conference Final lost, or we're probably not even going to be back like y'all saying.
Because Daryl Morey has done his job.
Yeah.
His job is to get you the most talented pieces that I possibly can. And when you look at that roster, they're arguably the deepest team in the NBA. Look at that roster. They're super deep. You're talking about Austin
Deeper
Rivers.
than the Clippers.
I think they're as deep, if not deeper.
Go ahead.
You look at Austin Rivers, you look at Gerald Green, you look at Eric Gordon, you look at go ahead and pull them up, B, please. You're looking at going off.
So you got Ryan Anderson, Jaron Bloom, Blossom Game, Clint Capella, Tyson Chandler, Gary Clark, Chris Clemens. Now these are also rosters from guys that playing preseason, so some of these guys might be out. Michael Frazier, Eric Gordon, Gerald Green, James Harden, Isaiah, Hardenstein, Nene, Daniel House, he's still in the league.
Ben McLemore.
Ben McLemore, wow.
That's a big pickup for them.
Austin Rivers, Theo Cephalosha, is he coming back?
Yeah,
He is.
Thabo Cephalosha.
Okay. Thabo Cephalosha, PJ Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and Ray Spalding.
That's a very deep, interchangeable team. Like Daryl Morey has done his job. D'Antoni to me is the issue. Remember how we were talking
Always
earlier?
been the issue.
He's always been the issue. Like regardless of what happens, again, short of winning the championship, D'Antoni's gone. Morey, I think, is going to stay there, but this team, I still think hits the same ceiling. Second round, maybe Western Conference Finals, maybe depending on how the seedings happen and who plays who or who might knock out who.
Right.
But they're not a championship team.
And not Daryl Morey, but the owner, he's still pissed they lost that game when KD went down.
Exactly.
In that series.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's D'Antoni, bro, and Harden.
Yeah, and Harden.
Yeah. So I think both of them will be in trouble.
All right. Moving on to the Memphis Grizzlies. Will Morant have a big impact on this team in his rookie year?
100%.
Yeah.
How much? Like as far as like
they're going to
moving
still
the
be
needle?
ass.
Okay.
Yeah,
They got a nice little squad. A young
Jaren
squad.
Jackson look like
do.
him. JJJ.
You call him Janet Jackson?
Jaren Jackson Jr. JJJ.
Triple J.
But yeah.
But that's about it. Just
They just, first of all, they don't have enough young talent, right? Like to be super excited. They got a duo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're rebuilding.
Yeah, they're rebuilding.
Whatever.
And then they got Jonas Valanciunas from Toronto last year. You know, obviously Marcus Gasol went up there, but we know what he is. He's 15 to 18. You know what I'm saying? Double guy. He's a dependent player, and I think that's the thing that when I look at that roster is that Jaren Jackson really loved his game, and he could get his own. But the rest of that roster is going to be dependent on Ja, and I don't think Ja's going to have a real big scoring year.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch him play, he's the epitome of a pass first point guard.
Yep.
So that means he needs other guys, and he don't have those guys on that team.
Well,
to,
he didn't
to
have
move
that
it.
at Murray State really either. He made a.
But college is different. Though.
College is different.
College is different.
College is a different animal, though.
I mean, NBA is a different animal than from college, so he's gonna be good though. He's gonna.
He's gonna get 14 a game, and I think he's gonna get close to the very double digits. Because then he had, in my trip, who had like a set? No, that was James Harden. James Harden had 17 assists in one of these preseason games.
Yeah.
But I want to say Ja Morant has been, he 8-9 assists here and there. So
He's gonna probably be one of the finalists for Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
He's gonna put up good enough numbers to be considered. They're
Uh,
gonna still be at like in the lowest. They're gonna be like one of the probably the second or third worst teams in the West though.
Mhm. If not the worst.
Yeah, if not the worst. Yeah. Hopefully Phoenix can make a jump, but they might be down there too.
They're not
Yeah.
making no jump.
so to close out the Southwest, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Do they get to the second round of the playoffs?
Do they get to the playoffs? I think that's the question.
Right. I'm saying it like that because I think they can get to the playoffs.
Without Zion, what if he played
With or without Zion?
I thought they
Oh,
did until he got hurt. Those 3 weeks are critical, and I think they're going to get those losses. Going to be hard to make those up.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to mean as far as integrating him into the offense.
Nah, because he's not a guy you got to run special plays for.
No.
Like Ben Wallace said, and I know I quoted him a couple weeks ago. Ben Wallace said, "Look, man, all I got to do is hustle, get 2 points and 2 rebounds every quarter. That's 8 and 8. That's $40 million."
Zion could do that in his sleep, bro. Zion's gonna be a double. You don't have to run no plays. He just gonna you just put him on the court. He gonna get his. So I think that with him in the lineup, they can be a playoff team. But I agree with Ken. 3 weeks in the West. That's the difference between being the number 3 seed and out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't see how they make that up.
Not second round.
Nah.
Hell to the no.
Zion needs to lose weight. That's the reason why.
Did y'all watch the video?
I watched it, and I was
Okay.
telling them about that in the chat. I was like, this guy, especially, I didn't notice that walk until that video. That walk,
Is nasty.
He
walked like he roly poly oly. Like
he don't walk like that all the time.
watch the video.
No. Watch him when he walked up to
When he was called as the number 1 pick, and watch the way he walks, bro. He waddles, bro.
Wobbling.
He's not. Y'all calling him the penguin?
Hey, he's a Weedle wobble and he don't fall down. That's
he do walk like that.
He do, man.
he got a nasty walk, and that weight doesn't help. And like in the video, it's like the way he moves too.
I think he's
that's
still gonna
pure-
walk like that regardless of the weight though.
Exactly.
I think that's just how his.
You just think he'll knock knee motherfucker?
That's just how his shit is. Based on that
Between his
video.
knock knee and his hip.
Yeah, the weight. Even if he loses 20 pounds, he's still gonna walk like
Yep.
I, said
I
he
walk
can
like
afford
that.
it.
My back be hurting though.
You ain't jumping out the gym and
I used to. That's probably why my back hurting now.
Yep. He was robbing, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
he
if
Zion doesn't take care of himself physically,
He'll
I
get
can see
there.
him out the league within the next
He'll get
5
there.
to 8.
They'll get him right. They'll get him right.
Yeah,
I'm not
and he's in a bad city to lose weight in too, because that bang bang shrimp is jumping.
And them beignets.
All that shit, bro. All that shit out there. You know,
Sean Kemp.
I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know what to think from a health perspective for Zion. Obviously, I hope he's as healthy as possible. But from just a basketball perspective, because that's what I know, that's what I see, that's what I can measure, they're gonna be fine. With the 3 weeks being missed,
That's a lot.
I don't know if they can make that up. But I also don't think that it's bad if they miss the playoffs.
I like the way I watched that preseason game with them against the Knicks, and Lonzo, Ingram, Josh Hart, like they actually was really gelling together.
Hey, Lonzo can shoot.
I won't say that much.
I'll just say they look better. They
Lot,
didn't look like they was
Hey.
like sad to be there. They look like all
I mean,
right.
he was knocking down some good threes the other night.
lot.
He airballed a
I
free
gotta
throw.
see that. I gotta see
He
that.
airballed a free throw.
Who? Look, man,
it's a
I'm
free
talking
shot.
three-point shots. I'm
Y'all know
talking about
I gotta see that consistently this year. I gotta see that.
Yeah.
It's gonna take more than one preseason game to impress me.
No, 100%. I think I've watched like 3 of their preseason games.
And again, I'm not saying that Lonzo is,
Right,
the next coming Ray Allen.
Right.
But just the same way that Ben Simmons has made a jump, Lonzo has made a
So
jump.
we putting
as
him
well.
again we putting lumping.
All them niggas that can't shoot, but we got potential. And the Jason
Yeah.
Kidd.
But you act like players are supposed to come into the league a finished product.
I'm not saying that.
So then when are they supposed to get better then?
I'm just saying, what happened to Lonzo last year that's different this
What?
year?
But no.
I'm just-
Don't ask me another question when I ask you a
What did you
question.
say? All right, what is your question?
So I said, when are they supposed to get better? If they come into the league not a finished
I
product.
agree with your 3 to 5 window. That's the answer. But what is the biggest difference between Lonzo last year and this year? He got traded, right? To another team.
Okay.
Same thing that I'm saying about Ben Simmons. He gonna probably get traded to another
It's
team.
different though, because Lonzo wasn't necessarily the Lakers' first or second best player. Ben Simmons is their first or second best player.
All right, we got to
All right.
speed it up because we got clients coming at 5 and they still got to record.
Okay.
Spurs.
Is this Greg Pops last year?
He wants to retire, but nah. I think you like Murray.
Yeah.
They still gonna be a playoff.
They're
They're gonna be the
100%
team that no one talks about again.
Yep.
And they're gonna end up being like a 5 seed.
Bro, they won
4 seed.
47, 48 games last year without a starting point guard in the NBA, in the
48.
West.
They went
48 games.
48 and 34.
Look, you add DeJounte Murray, the defense that he's gonna put on these other point guards that you have to have. The like we saw how they finished the playoffs. That's not gonna happen when the ball's in DeJounte's hand. You know what I'm saying? The whole I'm DeMar DeRozan and I'm an all-star and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. No, DeJounte's been there. He grew up in that system. He know what Pop want. He's gonna tell DeMar, go over there and I'm gonna get you the ball when the time is right. So I think that elevates that team from a defensive standpoint and also from just running that team. Like they're gonna win 50.
Minnesota Timberwolves. We're going into the Northwest. Denver Nuggets. Is this a title or bust year?
No, because they're not winning. Yeah.
And their window's so big.
Michael Porter Jr. though.
He struggled in the preseason, but I kind of anticipated
But
that.
yeah. But if he can,
Oh, yeah?
be healthy,
Oh, yeah.
If he can get it together,
Yeah.
he's back. So
Yeah.
that's the window that I think you're. I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
But when I hear it, that's the window.
Between him, Jamal Murray, and the big
Joker.
guy,
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, they got a big three.
Yeah.
And then who did they draft that we ain't talking about?
This year,
Yeah,
who did they draft?
Bobo.
Oh, I did see
Oh,
that.
they did. That's right. I forgot about
So they
that.
might have a big. Oh, you being disrespectful, Ken. Okay.
Nasty.
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
Minnesota Timberwolves, have they wasted their young talent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their window's so closed.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
OKC Thunder. When will CP get traded?
Or bought out, or something.
They're not gonna buy him.
January.
Before Christmas Day games.
Really? Like early?
Yeah. That's what I'm predicting.
I don't know.
It depends. Is he acting the fool yet?
Not
You
you
know
know
what?
he's been
He's
working.
been very
he-
professional
yeah.
and quiet. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like
taking the
this.
team pictures and all that. Like he
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
I got a hot take.
What's the hot
What's
take?
that take?
He finishes the year in OKC.
That's not much of a hot take.
That money too much for him?
That's too much money.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah.
You don't want to get none of that up.
Hell no, he don't.
Too much
Especially-
guarantee?
Especially at this end of his career, you want to
'Cause
get
he-
paid.
yeah, because
Damn,
you're
so
not
he-
getting that
yeah,
again.
making that up.
Yeah. So yeah, people got a point. People got a point.
Portland Trailblazers. Is this the best roster Portland's ever had?
Yes. Pull it up, B. Pull it up.
You said
Pull it up.
ever?
Yes. Well, no. Because
During the CJ
Greg Oden-
Dame years.
well,
This
yes,
is the best roster.
during that regime, yes. During this regime, yes.
Okay, so I got the roster.
Go ahead.
They got Bazemore.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? It's rookie guy, Kelvin Blevins, Moses
Here we go.
Browns, Troy Capen, Zach Collins, Paul Gasol, Mario. He's still in the league. Mario
Hezonja.
Oh.
Yeah. Jalen Horde, Rodney Hood, Dame Lillard, Nazar Little, C.J. McCollum, Nurkic. He was injured.
And
last
Hassan.
night. Yeah, Hassan, Anthony Simmons, Anthony Tolliver, and Hassan Whiteside, and Gary Trent Jr.
So earlier we were talking
Damn, they got
about.
Hassan Whiteside now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
So earlier
Nurkic insurance.
it is. They're gonna use him. They're gonna use all of Hassan. He's gonna take up the Nurkic time, and then he's gonna get traded. And the person he's gonna get traded for is K Love. I think that Portland is gonna make the move for K Love because I think K Love fits perfect with what they want to do. I think he gives them that stretch perimeter big man that they haven't had, which they thought it was either Al Farouk or who's the other one?
Aminu.
Mo Harkless.
Yeah, Mo Harkless.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fill in that. Yeah, he's gonna fill in that void because they really haven't had it, and they've upgraded their roster through the draft with Nazir Little. I seen the man play like he plays bigger than what he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he got
nice
heart.
upside, yeah.
Yes, I think he's playing right now as a rookie the same level that Al Farouk and Mo Harkless was giving you. And then you add obviously another year Rodney Hood. We saw Rodney Hood step up in the playoffs last year.
No LeBron pressure.
No LeBron pressure. I think that he fits that roster. And then there was a couple other guys that you mentioned too that I wanted to talk about. No, because I think Portland could finish top 3.
That's not saying much though, right? They always finish top 4.
Mario Hezonja to me is an improvement over both Mo Harkless and Al Farouk in terms of that bigger perimeter player. Paul Gasol obviously we know what it is. This is a playoff move. This is not, we don't care what you do regular season. They're going to win 45, 50 games with or without Paul Gasol. So this is just that veteran championship pedigree.
He's their Al Horford.
He's their Al Horford.
In the locker room.
And then also, where you at? Yeah, man. I think that if they make the move for the K Love, bro, like that puts them right there with the.
When they get back to the Western Conference Finals,
I think they can.
Yeah, I think they can.
I think
with
they
that,
can.
especially with that move.
Yes,
they can.
Yes,
I don't see them going that far, but I do like what they got. Last team in the
Northwest,
division, Utah Jazz.
do they rely too much on Donovan Mitchell?
not no more.
You think Mike Conley's going?
Oh yeah, I've seen it already. Because now what he can do is he has that reliable point guard threat, right? Because we know that Spider Mitchell is a combo guard.
Who they got? Bogdanovich now from Indiana.
Yes,
Shit.
yes, buddy. Yes. Hey man, they everything that they needed, they improved on.
Mike Conley.
So if you watch a lot of
Really?
Utah, yeah, man.
My bad.
If you watch a lot of Utah last year, whenever Spider Mitchell would make moves and kick out to Rudy, not Rudy,
No, it was Rudy.
no,
The point guard, right?
guard,
Gobert.
Ricky
Rubio.
Ricky. I said Ricky.
Yeah.
Whenever Ricky can't shoot like that, he's an improved shooter,
Yeah,
but he can't shoot like he can't shoot at Mike Conley level. Now, how do you guard Spider Mitchell? You can't cut him off because that weak side defender, that corner three. Now that's him. And then if not, it's Bogdanovich. And we know what Bogdanovich shoot from three.
This is
On paper.
yeah. This is my team that is a.
Ooh,
They're the sleeper.
This could,
They're
this
the
could
sleeper.
probably be a 1 seed.
This is my Western Conference.
Expect.
This is my Western Conference final.
Wow.
One of them in the
I agree.
as a lock.
Yeah, no, they nice. And then you know the thing I like about them, they have a whole bunch of guys with low maintenance egos.
Yep.
But they hoopers.
But they hoopers, yeah.
They dogs out there. I like you.
Because
Still
they got Joe Ingles and you got Bogdanovich. Like,
I was
that's,
gonna ask
That's like the two best white boys in the league.
If the white
Man.
YMCA is still there.
yeah.
He be balling though.
I know he do.
And he pissed
That's
off
what
the
I'm
black
saying.
man.
If you always that white guy you think can't hoop, he be cooking your ass.
Yep.
When he started talking shit to Paul George 2 years ago,
Took him out his game.
bro, I
still was
became
dropping threes on him.
I became a fan of that guy
Yes,
that night.
Me too.
I say he
I was
could
like,
hoop
no,
for me.
you know what's
any
funny?
day.
Yes.
Paul George's been getting busted in these playoffs.
The last couple years too.
But that comes with the territory of being the best
Playing with other
perimeter
athletes. You
defender.
playing with other
Yeah.
not athletes.
But I'm just
Joe
saying,
Ingles should
but
be
he-
busting your ass.
but I'm just
He
saying,
shouldn't,
he
but he be
should.
busting a lot of people's ass though. It's not just
But everybody always say Paul George
George is a top 3 perimeter defender. Ask Dame.
Pre-injury.
Yeah.
Who say he was? Yeah.
Well, no,
yeah.
he's
Before he
still-
broke that
still-
leg.
he's still
Oh,
saying-
he got back last year. Yeah.
Yeah, but before he broke that leg, he was definitely
Nah, he
known
was
for
up there.
scoring
He
and
was
locking
legit.
up.
All right, moving on to the most, I guess, exciting division in the whole league right now, Pacific. We'll start off with the Clippers. Will PG-13 hold his team back with these injuries?
Mhm.
Nah.
He gonna
Hold
hold
the
him
team back?
You know where he's gonna hold him back? In the playoffs when he disappeared. The way he did the last 2 years.
I'm going against. I'm
I
going
can't
against.
argue. That's. I mean, my eyes saw that, so I can't go against my eyes.
I just
so.
think the leader of that team was the reason, but I'm not going to excuse him fully, but I think with Kawhi being the leader, he'll make him better.
Doc Rivers. Forget about Doc
Yep.
Rivers.
He makes
I
up a
think-
lot.
Oh yeah,
he
he
makes up a lot.
Damn
of
sure ain't no Billy
deficiencies.
Donovan.
Yeah. So
I agree.
You know, so that's why I thought Doc Rivers. That's why I threw Doc Rivers.
They got enough depth to overcome
depth
his
and good
disappearing
coaching.
act.
Yeah.
And their guys have gotten better. If you look at Montrezl Harrell, the man got a pull-up game.
Yes.
The man been
I
shooting
saw
Where did
at
that
threes,
come from?
bro.
Where the hell did that come from?
He got handled.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Those are my two Western Conference, the Clippers and the Jazz.
That's crazy.
Phoenix Suns, will they blow this team up?
They can't because they're still in the
Our boy,
rebuilding
man.
process.
Our boy. What we gonna do with our boy, man?
Devin,
Yes.
You know
They
what?
got to do something. Like the way they're going is not working.
it's working now.
No,
How?
they just haven't drafted well. Their two best draft picks, obviously, is the big man DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. Right? They already re-upped Devin Booker. I was crossing my fingers that they could have got Ja Morant because that would have finished the trifecta, and then now you can.
They couldn't
get
even
the
do it
better.
around
They
that.
couldn't even lose right. They like
If you get John Morant and Devin Booker as your backcourt,
Now you can build.
Yes.
Now they still don't really have a direction. Like
No,
they
they
still
don't.
need a point guard The way that when you have a starting to the level of Devin Booker, you got a big man like DeAndre. You got to have a point guard.
Hey, is this another destination for CP3 to go to?
CP3
Nah, he want to win championships. Like they're not ready for
Have
that.
him get to the playoffs at least.
Yeah, but they're not gonna win championships.
Anywhere he going, he ain't winning the championship. So let's
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee ain't giving up that much bread for that.
But that wasn't what you said, though. They were just
Yeah.
See, I told you he be trying to be slick.
I'm just saying, realistically, I want it to be, but I don't know if that. Most likely, that's not gonna happen.
Most likely
They gonna thug it
not.
out.
Most likely not, but it is possible.
Sacramento Kings, best case scenario for this team.
I like to me they're going to be like the Western Conference of the Atlanta Hawks. They're going to be like the Atlanta Hawks of the Western Conference.
Their problem.
You said fun to watch, but they're going to be
Too young.
outside looking in.
Buddy Hield is going to be a problem.
He is.
Why?
Pay the man.
He wants to get paid. Break him off.
Didn't he do that
Yeah.
video where he was
Yep.
to
Paid
what's the
him. That's
owner?
gonna be a
He
problem.
wants to be there long term.
And he
to
wants.
get paid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he wants to get paid. Not what they offer, but he wants more. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because I think they only offered him like a 2-year, $66 million.
And he wanted
He
20 more.
Yep.
20 mil more.
And here's the thing.
So he's looking for an $80 million contract.
Yeah, and he's worth
80 to
it.
90.
He's proven.
He's proven.
The last year and a
80 to
half,
90?
he's proven it.
Yeah.
The last year,
he can
yep.
play, man.
Now maybe after his rookie year, you probably been like, what?
Yeah,
But no, he's
in the last year and a half he has. And then I love the compliment. I love how they complement each other between him and De'Aaron Fox.
I like De'Aaron
because
Fox,
De'Aaron
man.
Fox can get anywhere with his quickness,
Yes.
and he's a pass first point guard that can score. And we have Buddy Hield that now he can score at all levels. He can score at the three. He knows he always had the pump fake one dribble, but he can operate in that mid range game now a lot more, even with his back to the basket a little bit more. So I like, and even Marvin Bagley. I
Yes,
like
that's
everything
the one
that
I
they
like.
got. Even Harry Giles.
Yes.
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 You know what I'm
They got
saying?
a nice man.
They got a real nice squad.
They're just like the Hawks of the West,
Yep, that's
man.
good.
Nice
They are.
nucleus.
They are.
Just gotta
It's
put
just
together.
it's just too much in the West.
If you like basketball, you like to watch him
Yep.
play.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, Golden State Warriors. Why are people so down on
D'Angelo Russell.
I don't know.
They've been talking shit about him.
Mr. Ice in his veins.
Well, they're just saying like he's not a good fit. They might trade him before the season's over. Like, why did they even sign him? In the
Have
first
y'all
place?
watched? Have y'all watched them play
Some of it,
preseason?
I haven't.
So you haven't? You haven't?
I haven't.
Yo,
Is there gonna be a problem?
everything that I said, as soon as that move happened, in terms of he fits, he could pass, dribble, and shoot with high IQ. But the other day, him and Steph combined for like almost 60 points.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won. It looks scary.
So how's it gonna be when Clay?
Nothing changes.
I think he's gonna be fine. I don't know why
Nothing
anybody. I
changes.
don't know why people. I guess people just because of how he exited, they're still thinking about LA.
No, they're thinking no Durant, and they're thinking no Clay Thompson.
Nobody said they're gonna win a championship, but I'm saying as far as him fitting into this team,
team? He should
Yeah,
be fine.
nothing changes. I put it to you like this. I think, I've been listening to a lot of these ESPN people and Fox Sports 1 people, and they say, I think Golden State's going to be 5, 6, 7. Golden State might be top
6,
3.
7.
yeah, they shitting on this team.
Golden State might be top 3, bro.
Damn low, Jesus Christ.
The only place that they fell back on is defense.
Yes,
But that offense, to me,
you don't got Andre Iguodala, and
ain't got KD.
you ain't got no big man anymore.
you know,
lost cousins.
no, but you got Willie Colley. That makes up a
Willie
lot.
Cauley-Stein,
Yeah.
But to me, this is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. They're gonna be better offensively because when Golden State is at their best is when the ball is moving and the ball has energy and everybody's bombs away from 3. And without KD, the ball moves more. Because D'Angelo isn't holding the rock like that unless he's the ball handler in pick and roll situations. I'm telling you, this offense is scary with or without Clay.
My concerns is the rest of the roster until Clay comes back.
Exactly.
And
They're thinner.
yeah,
They're thinner.
and that's why.
But
They definitely top.
But they got some guys.
I haven't watched them. They have some good players. Jordan Poole look like he's going to be nice, a good fit for them, a good addition, I should say. But I know D'Angelo and I know Curry's going to do their thing. It's everybody else. I got concerns. So I don't know, man. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
The Warriors.
That's a hot take for you.
That's a hot
That's
take.
a hot take.
I was
Yeah.
gonna. The next
They
team we
make
talking
the
about.
playoffs.
Like that was my question.
Lakers.
The Lakers. Is it possible they miss the playoffs again?
Hell no.
They're gonna make it, but like I said on the previous show before we was leaving last week, I say 6, 7 seed. I do say that.
So they make the playoffs.
They make the
low
playoffs.
seed, low
They
seed.
definitely make the playoffs. Because I think we're going to get 42, 48 games out of AD.
I think because
That's my hot
I
take
think
of the
because
year.
that's why they missed. The
That's
playoffs.
my hot take of the year. I think AD is going to play little over half of the season. Barely.
That roster looks a lot better than
Oh, yeah, that
I
roster is.
really.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
roster is good.
Because he making them crazy no behind the hat.
That was my
passes.
first time seeing that.
That was
before
crazy.
that. Yeah, that wasn't.
No, but here's the thing. You remove AD or LeBron, not both of them at the same time. That's a playoff team.
Still,
Yes.
I
They
disagree. I
was
highly disagree.
they
on
was
that.
before LeBron got injured. Like
Yes, I agree with
And
that.
they're way better this year.
And
now.
but they lost a lot of young talent too.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter,
the names out of here.
but you got proven veteran talent that knows what it takes to make the play. Now win a
They got a
championship.
nice bench too.
Exactly. They have a wily veteran
They make
squad.
the playoffs.
And not guys like the Lance Stevensons of the world. Of course you kept Rajon, but you don't have those knucklehead type of guys in the locker room.
Michael Beasley and all
The
that.
Michael Beasleys of the world. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you take AD or LeBron off, it's still a playoff team. With both of them there, bruh, it's
You
like
think they're gonna keep Dwight Howard in check?
yeah, I honestly just watching Dwight Howard, the way he's been moving, what he's been saying. Typically, I want to believe a dog is a dog, especially this long into his career. But I do feel that he feels that, damn, this is my second shot with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? At
Last shot of the league, pretty much.
pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Bounce around everywhere.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if this don't work, I think he's done.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, one of those situations, like, if you've been all over the league and you get to Popovich and you can't stay on the roster, you're going to be out the league. And I think that if you can't be a role player to a LeBron James team, you're going to be out the league. Man, this man say James Jones, he got James Jones about an extra 3-4 years worth of checks, bro.
Yeah.
And got him in the front office.
Ain't got
And got him in the front office.
Yeah.
And got him Tyson Chandler last year.
Yeah.
So if you can't be a role player for LeBron, it's a wrap.
They definitely gonna be a playoff team though.
I'll give him AC.
I'm not going to disrespect them like that.
I'm giving
5
AC.
through 7.
It's because they health. That's the only thing.
I think they're a top 5
LeBron's
team.
not gonna get any healthier than he was last year, and AD already showing that he's gonna get. Y'all was even saying he's made of glass.
He is.
That movie about M. Night Shyamalan should have starred him.
I'm telling you.
It's a Dead End
Do
Sports
not be
video
surprised.
where I've been talking about that man health
For years,
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
All right, so give me y'all playoff teams. The East and West.
You go first.
I'm going with the as far as the East. I'm gonna keep it the same from last year. I mean, I don't really see anybody improving. So that's the Bucks, the Celtics, the Heat, Pacers, Sixers, Nets, Pistons, and Raptors. I want to say the Knicks, but they just too young. So that's my East.
Okay, so and I gotta go in. I just give 8 or
I'm just giving 8, yeah, because we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
all
we
the
give-
time.
Yeah. Okay, so I
we'll
got.
put them in order next show.
All right, so I got Bucks, I got Boston, I got Philly, Indiana, Miami, Detroit, Nets, and Toronto.
Let me see, yeah, because my phone's for the stream.
Yeah, that's just, I'm just gonna stay the same.
So I'm gonna go with Milwaukee, Miami, Philly, of course. Give me Brooklyn. Give me Indiana. Give me the Hawks. Give me the Hawks. What I got? How many is that?
6. I'm counting.
6.
2.
Did I say Miami?
Yeah.
Give me Brooklyn. That's 7.
7. One more.
Toronto. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm tripping.
All right, so for me, give me Boston, Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Indiana, and the Hawks.
That's one. Give me one more.
That's 7?
Yeah. Don't do it.
Oh, Detroit.
There you go.
Yeah, I
I
missed
thought
it.
you was
Yeah,
about
I
to.
left
thought you were about
Detroit
to say
out. I
that.
need
No,
to
no,
let
no,
you
no.
put
I
Detroit
missed
in.
it. I meant I said Detroit in my head.
Okay. Yeah, you took him out for the Atlanta.
Yeah, I want to put because I know I took out Washington and some. Well,
Yeah, or because Orlando made the playoffs last year,
Yeah, they did.
and
I
I'm
didn't
just
have him in there.
I don't have them in there this year because that's the Hawks,
yeah, I'm gonna change it, but I gotta figure that out.
and I didn't put Toronto.
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, the one team I took out Orlando. I think I put in.
What you got, Nick?
No, I gave my 8. I'm just saying I took out
I
Orlando.
mean, what you got for the West?
Oh, for the West, give me no order. Give me the Jazz. Give me the Clippers, Blazers, Warriors, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets.
That's your 8. I I got Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, Denver, Utah, Houston, Portland, and Dallas. And Spurs. I'm sorry, Spurs. This West is gonna be hard.
I'm gonna modify my list for a future show because I gotta find somebody. I may be able to find a Detroit, find some way to put Detroit in it, but I can't do it right now. Yeah, L.A., Houston, Denver, Dallas, Portland, Clippers, Utah. I need one more. Did I say Dallas?
You said Dallas.
Spurs. I ain't gonna ever do pop like that.
No Lakers for you.
I do have the Lakers.
You did have Lakers?
I took out Golden State.
That's right. You did. That's right.
All right, so for me, give me Utah, Clippers, Portland, Golden State. Utah, Lakers, Portland.
Golden State, that's 4 more.
Utah, Clippers, Portland, Golden State, San Antonio, Lakers,
2 more.
Houston,
1 more.
Okay. See.
Denver.
All right. We're gonna
You got Dallas and
We're probably gonna switch up this whole shit this episode.
We may. This off the dome.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know what y'all think about our picks and our conversation as far as the league. This is the NBA preview. We're obviously gonna get more with the opening night being Tuesday, so we'll see where everybody else looks like, and we'll probably modify things on Tuesday night as well too. So.
Yeah, and big major shout out to Low Mid for helping with the production of this live show brought to you guys today on this Sunday. So without them, today wouldn't have been possible. So we really appreciate you guys helping out.
They just got a brand new bitch.
That's gonna do it for us. We're gonna catch you guys next time. We out. Peace. I'm gonna hit them, tell them to push their return 30 minutes back.
Appreciate y'all.
Don't say anything crazy. We're still live. Hold on.
I like doing it. That was like cool. Yeah, that was